The way this works, guys, I've been brought through how to do this. We're doing this live for all of you guys so that one, we can talk about the teams and comment on like what we think are going to be interesting matchups moving forward. The other reason why we're doing this is to ensure fairness, so that you guys know this is all happening right in front of all of you guys, okay, with all full transparency and all that good stuff. Am I missing anything, guys?
Who dares summon me?
There he is, Oskins, everybody. How's it going, dude? How are you?
Well, I heard you put out the call, and then I even heard it. You put it on again on the live stream. So I figured, okay, if I can help, I'll show up. What am I supposed to do?
Just hang out and watch the stream, and then of course, if you want to throw your input in, please, by all means, make sure you do so.
Oh, okay.
All right, so what you guys can see here is, first of all, our group stage is completely empty. This is what we are going to fill, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bracket seed generator that is currently fully empty, and we have our randomization group here. And to make things easier, because I'm a knucklehead sometimes, I even wrote copy all of this so that I know what to copy and put into place. But basically, guys, what this is going to do is we have all the information in for who came in first place, second place, and third place in their respective groups over the past couple of days. I'm now going to copy that information in, and we're going to put that into the bracket seed generator. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us 8 different groups based off of these seedings. Now, I'm going to put one caveat out there just so that everybody is aware of how this is going to go down. If there's an error message, it's because we have a team that has already played the same team over the course of yesterday or today. So if we see an error, then I'm going to generate again. And I just want that out there in front so that if anybody sees that, there's no accusations that we're like, oh, we don't like this matchup, we're going to just keep repeating. Did I say anything wrong?
Rigged.
No, sounds all good.
Do this. All right. Raptor, could you do me a favor and count us down from 5? When you hit 0, I will click the generates button. You shall have the honor, sir.
My. Oh my.
Oh
All right, here we go,
my.
guys. Give me a 5, 4, 3, 3, sir. Yes, 3, 2, 1. Go right ahead.
Here we go. And we got an error, so we're going to go ahead and do that again. So our holy hand grenade of Antioch did not work.
I'm not counting again. You're just going to push the button. I'm not counting again.
Okay, and now we have once again an error. We're going to try this again. Yes, there we go. We are full. We have everybody. So now don't worry about what you see here. We're going to scroll down. And now I get to copy pasta this information into our randomization, and just like that, guys, Oskins, count us down. 5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have paced off.
And there are our teams for Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is great because I will be casting alongside Oskins on Saturday. And as you can see here, we have NACL and UWA finishing first in the qualifiers round, which you just saw yesterday and today, as well as KSE and TF-Enye, who finished second in their qualifiers, and finishing up Rage versus G-F. Moving on to Block B for Bravo, we have Kraken and AR, who finished first place in their qualifiers. Star Brazil's second team, and Zoe. We didn't cast any of the Zoe games, Raptor.
We did not.
No. Did you at all, Oskins?
No. I have not gotten those. I'm looking at Rage and Girlfriend. I got to see some of them earlier today. The Girlfriend got the Talons in, and Rage just kind of roared over and got some stomps. So they might have finished third, but I got to see some good stuff coming out of them.
Awesome. Yeah, we didn't cast UWA either, so there's going to be some interestingness in there. In the B side of things, we've got... we didn't cast Zoe or TKSKY, right, Raptor?
We did not, no.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. Of course, we've got our Kraken boys up there. In Block C, we've got Sur and Treta, which are first in qualifiers, followed up by Bluff and TNG2. And then TSIOF and Doma finished third in their qualifiers. Any teams there that you think might be interesting matchups?
Well, I mean, Sur is historically quite strong. So is Treta. We did get to see some TNG2, and they looked like they were putting in their homework. I didn't see BLOF, but I did see TNG2, and they looked like, they were doing some research. They were picking the spots. They were making the plays. And I don't think I got to see This Ship Is on Fire, but I know some of those dudes, and I know that they're going to show up with what they do. I'm a little surprised actually to see them in third, but I mean, there's a lot of really good contenders in here. So on the one hand, I'm not surprised, but on the other hand, I am, because I know they've got some possibilities with their group of dudes.
There you go. Okay. And we cast Bluff, we cast TNG2, we cast Treta.
Yep.
Treta surprised me. They had a really strong showing in the
man.
game that we cast, didn't they?
They looked really good against Wonderland today.
Yeah, they did. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to that block and how that block works out.
Indeed.
For Block Delta, we have POW versus Furia, RBMK, Well Done, FINS, and Salsa. We saw Salsa a little bit today, didn't we, Raptor?
We saw Salsa twice today. We saw them eke out that win against CAG2. That CAG2 kind of had the chance, but had to make some desperate plays in that last 40 seconds, and then got their Des Moines melted, and then it all fell apart, obviously.
What an ending.
And then we saw
them.
Well, that game. And then literally the very next game, right? They went all the way to the wire basically with A Ship in a game that A Ship was able to come out on top of. So, yeah, it was, they played two really tight games today. They could have easily finished higher in that bracket with a couple of things a little different, but I'm glad to see them moving on because they were fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got to do a POW right to the kisser win earlier today. That one actually came out pretty nice. And RBMK, well done. I mean, I'm seeing some pretty well-known names in there. I don't know if any of those are necessarily top 4, but there's definitely some top 16 potential coming out of that group. So that's going to be a spicy group.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
looked at the next group.
I know.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love everything about this. That QQ7 and the 007 team, which is Fail, are both in the same group.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I love everything about it. So far, this is my favorite group, right? A-Ship, No Cap in here. Didn't we see Zero? We saw No Alibi yesterday.
We saw No Alibi. You ain't got no alibi.
We saw them lose a game, unfortunately, but we did see them yesterday. This group has me interested. I'm upset. I'm not going to be here to cast a game out of this group on Saturday.
Well, don't worry. I'll be posting all the games to YouTube, and I could use your view, sir.
Damn, that wasn't subtle at all, Seth. That was not even remotely subtle. I just want to throw that out there.
Like and
Madre de
subscribe.
Dios.
Please like and subscribe.
Oh, look at this next group.
Ring the bell. Next group. So Star, TNG, CCTV2, Yes CV, MIRBA, and Her. What are you guys thinking?
I'm excited to see that Yes CV qualified, because the one time we saw them yesterday, they were getting their faces melted off by NACL.
God, yes.
So I'm glad that they qualified. I really like this Star and TNG headlining this group. That is huge. Like, that is two big names that have both historically performed in the event. That's going to be a tough group.
I agree.
Well, yeah. I will have full disclosure. I was Yes CV reached out. Hey, we want you to play with us. Unfortunately, I was casting, so I had to turn them down.
Aww.
But CV bro, CV power, and you might have only seen that first match, but I did go back and watch the other ones, and they had some dominant performances in there. Literally, they had a battleship disconnect, and they still won. So they were 8v9, and they still took it. Now, the one thing that I do have to say is we've cast a lot of matches today and yesterday, and usually every team's got their own little special spicy lineup for each of the different matches. Yes, CV was treating it like a clan battle where you got one group, one setup, and you're doing one thing, and that's what you're bringing. So, really interested to see if they diversify or if they're just going to lock in on one strat and just kind of kick that out a bunch.
Okay. Now, I'm seeing chat already recognizing what's coming up next. We were just laughing about
Yes!
007 versus QQ7, and now we have XPN
Oh,
versus
man.
the Nigerian Princess Need Your Help. Oh, and we also
That's
have
right.
we have Dale and QCN and SIMP and SCCC
And SCCC2. This is another tough group, right? You've got two different teams from the PN community in here. QCN is historically a solid team in King of the Sea. SCCC2, you have to expect good things from, given their parent group, right? The larger group they're a part of. And Dale was a clan that they're a group team that I didn't see. I remember seeing them, I think, the first time last King of the Sea. They surprised the hell out of me. It's like, who are these guys? They're really good. And so yeah, this is another really tough group, competitive group here.
I'm seeing so much consternation
Somebody
in
in chat, why is our bracket stacked?
Sorry, Somalia. It's my fault. I clicked the button. I clicked it 3 times because of the errors.
That is so funny. Why is our bracket stacked? It's amazing.
And then rounding out the brackets here, we've got Buenos Noches' subclan versus CAG main versus C9, F4E, GG, WP, and Nam.
Wow, am I seeing that correctly? GGWP placed 3rd in their qualifiers.
Yes.
They had some really they brought the pain the last COTS, as I recall.
So
They did.
remember, they're one of the unfortunate teams that got caught by the ASW plane thing.
Yes.
So they had a game.
Ooh.
They had a forfeit early on in the tournament. They forfeited their very first game yesterday as a result of that. And then I got to go back and look. I think they took another loss somewhere in the bracket. I just forget who it was to. No, they didn't. They didn't. So they had basically their forfeit yesterday was their loss. They would have. That we don't know if they would have won that game. It happened too early. It was like 3.5 minutes in, right?
Yep.
So there was no way to call that game, but they won their remaining 4 games. So,
Right.
But yeah, you had 3 teams in Group 8 that finished 4-1, and GWP just happened to be, when they ran the tiebreaker points, they were the number 3 seed because they had 1 game that they got a forfeit on, and they scored 0 points. So they were basically guaranteed to finish in 3rd after all of that mess. So yes, they are the 3 seed. That's a little misleading, let's say.
Yep. And you can
So
see
that's
that
a spicy group there.
Very.
Yeah, it's a very spicy group, and I'm sure that GDWP is looking to come back and come back strong. So we'll have to see what happens there on Saturday. That's going to be very spicy. I don't know about... Go ahead.
No, I just said it is indeed.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't know any of these blocks here that are like shoo-in, right? Like these are all super competitive blocks.
No. Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of the way this system works to get us to this point, right? None of these teams had a cakewalk through the brackets that they played to get to this point, and now they've been even further seeded, right? Spread out, let's say, a little bit, and you're going to have even tougher times. Some of these, just like Ascance was pointing out, they finished 3rd. Yeah, sometimes in group play, you finish 2nd or 3rd. You could have easily won the bracket potentially if things had gone a little differently or a little better, and you didn't. And so now you're the 3 bracket, and you're seeded in with a former champion or a former semifinalist or whatever. And yeah, you've got a tough road to hoe. The ones to me that are heartbreaking, and admittedly, we have to be a little honest here, because remember, what is it? 3 teams from each of these move on, or 2 teams? I forget. It's 3, right?
3, correct. 3.
Yeah. So again, we're taking the top 3 teams out of each of these groups to move on to day 4. But it's almost heartbreaking when you see multiple clans from the same community in the same bracket, in the same group, because at some point they're likely to cross paths, likely to play each other. And that could be a critical game. Like, you just don't know. The RNG gods could say that XPN and the Nigerian Princes meet each other in game 5, and they're both 2-2, and they need that 3rd win, and only one of them can get it. And you just don't know. Like, it might happen. So
That's right.
It's unfortunate when you see that, but I mean, that's one of the reasons we do these RNG seedings, is so that sometimes that's going to happen, but hopefully it doesn't.
That's right. NTG Golfman, I see that you're also here in the voice channel. You got your mic muted. You're hanging out, chilling things. I know you've been streaming alongside Oskens. Is there anything that you're seeing here that surprises you or you are looking forward to personally for Saturday?
Well, I'm looking at Group A. I'm very excited to see. I actually have NACL are basically all my friends, so I'm very happy to see that they got to move on. Got to see some excellent play from them yesterday. Looking forward to see what they're gonna do against a name like KSE. Also know a couple of names in Rage. I think Group A is gonna be one to watch for sure. I mean, other than that, we've got big names littered everywhere, and it's gonna be hard to pick what matches I want to watch because I'm gonna want to watch all of them.
That's certainly the struggle. And guys, in chat, we don't have the ability to sign up just yet. At some point, that'll come up, and it's going to be a challenge for us to decide absolutely which ones of these. There's so many good games. I'm in my mind. I'm already like thinking through what's going to be real competitive based off what we've seen. But remember, there's a whole week between now and next weekend, next Saturday. So that's practices, that's watching VODs to figure out what your opponents are going to be running, all that good stuff. I mean, what you're going to see next weekend is going to be very different from what you guys saw today.
So when we're going into the next weekend, are we starting into that best of 3 format, or are we just still on that single game, winner takes a point, most points gets out of the bracket? I think we're still in the early stages yet, yeah?
Single game, and then the winners of the groups go in the playoffs on the winners bracket against seeds, while the second and third place go in the losers bracket facing second and third place.
Right, so what you're going to see happen, guys, on Saturday is Oskens and we're going to cast this, and then we're going to create the bracket again, just like what we just did. We're going to create a bracket for Sunday's playoffs, and I'm going to switch over here to the playoffs screen. And those of you in chat, I'll go ahead and paste a link into chat so you guys can follow if you would like, okay? There we go. But basically, I mean, whoever wins and comes in 16th place gets to play 07. Congratulations. And you can see all of these other seeded teams that have been literally watching today and yesterday, and will be watching on Saturday as well. We're going to see them come out and start swinging their bats on Sunday with our winners bracket. And then we're also going to see the teams that come into second and third place on Saturday. Those teams will be fighting it out in the losers bracket. And if I remember right, you said they were best of 3 once we get to the playoffs. Is that correct?
Yes, playoffs are best of 3, except for certain games.
Except for which ones?
The semifinals in the winners bracket and the final in the winners bracket, third place game and the grand final. Those are the only best of 5s.
Those are best of 5.
Got it. So that's the progression. That's how we filter down into our bracket. If you come in second or third place on Saturday, there's still hope, but you have to fight your way through the losers bracket. Alternately, if you come in first place on Saturday and you lose to one of these seeded teams right off the bat, once again, there's still a chance you'll go into the losers bracket. There's still a chance for you, but it requires an awful lot more work to get to our final games.
Man, that's some serious king of the hill. If you're not on top of the pile, you're going to be in one heck of a fight to try to claw your way up there.
If I recall correctly, didn't we see 07 do just that? Wasn't that 07 in the last King of the Sea 12?
It was, but it was only until third place. Well, this time there's a grand final, so winner of the losers bracket could win the entire thing.
Wow.
Yep. It is possible to climb your way through the entire losers bracket. You're going to play the winner of the winners bracket in one big final and still possibly win the entire thing.
So
That's
stay tuned, guys.
Knuckle down, drag out fight, man. Oh man,
it's gonna be a lot of work. It's a lot of games. If you look at the games, look at it, right? Scroll back up that just a bit. Look at just the winners bracket, right? So if you're in the winners bracket, right, you've got a best of 3, a best of 3, a best of 5, and a best of 5, right? That's what it takes for you to win the winners bracket. What's 4 series, a maximum of 16 games. Okay, let's say. And then you're in the grand final for the chance to win it all. Now scroll down to the losers bracket. Okay. Let's assume you finished in second place in one of the other groups, right? So
On
now you've got to
Saturday.
win a bet. Right. You've got to win a best of 3, 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 a best of 3. Can you scroll to the right? Like it just and then I think you still got to win one more best of 3. Yep, a best of 3, a best of 3, and then you play one best of 5. So let's see, that's 6 rounds, it's 18 games just to get back into where you can possibly win that best of 5. So if you come through the losers bracket and you want to win it all, right? There's a lot more potential games on your slate. You could win some 2-0, right? But if all those series go 3 games, it's an
Right.
exhausting run. There's a lot of warships to play.
Right. So, but
That's quite an advantage to the person that takes the winner's bracket. I mean, how spring fresh are you going to be by the time you're catching that person that just finished their marathon run?
yeah,
Question. It's the age-old question we deal with in the baseball playoffs every year, right? You always have to look and watch and wonder.
right. Are you going to end up having the winners bracket team rest on their laurels a little bit, or maybe just not practice as much because they're like, okay, we can kind of coast a little bit while we wait for the loser bracket to finish? And conversely, are the loser bracket teams, by the time they get to here, they're going to have so much more additional experience that tips the scales in our final match?
It's going to be
I
a
guess
real
we'll-
test of mental fortitude.
As I say, I guess we'll find out the fun way by watching it and laughing and drinking beer along the way.
Cheers, everyone!
Cheers! Prost!
Indeed.
Oh my goodness. His chat saying, practice, I don't need no stinking practice. Well, is there anything else for us to do at this point? Anything else anybody wants to jump in and mention?
I'm good. I'm a little jealous that I'm going to miss. I'm a little jealous you guys. You get to cast this Insanity. I'm going to miss this day, but I'll be back for the playoffs, and that's going to be an interesting challenge just explaining that to people.
That's going to be tough in itself, right? I mean, you're going to see these seeded teams. Now, just because these teams are seeded doesn't mean it's an auto win. 07 could always be upset by whoever ends up being seed number 16, which we'll find out on Saturday. And if that happens, they will never forgive me because I'm going to click the button that's going to put them against the seed 16 team on Saturday. Oh, the pressure. And then you've got any of these other teams here that can and will possibly lose to, the upstart non-seeded team. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting to see.
Indeed. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to head out. I appreciate your time. Y'all have a great stream on Saturday, and Zath, I will see you on Sunday. In the meantime, y'all take care.
Thank you very much, Raptor, for being an awesome caster this weekend, and looking forward to seeing you on Sunday, man.
No problem. Good luck to y'all. Have a good stream next weekend, and I will talk to you later.
Absolutely, and thank you, Puddin, for shouting out C-Raptor. Guys, if you haven't already followed C-Raptor, guys, C-Raptor got to 10,000 followers today. 10,000, huge milestone. You know what that means? That means he gets to give away a bunch of wargaming stuff.
Nice.
Oh man, that one's not going to be small too. That's a big milestone.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. I'm nipping at his heels. I think I'm at like 8,900 or 8 something like that. I'm getting there. Thank you all for all of the followers. The lupus. I doesn't see it, dude. Hey, here. Can you guys see? I'm almost at the bottom of my cup. All right, I started with a full cup. Trust me. I am 4 hours into the dirty water, my dude. So, Oskins and I are going to be hanging out on Saturday. Golfman, we might be picking you up as well to talk about that during the course of the week and figure that out. But that's the plan for Saturday. The start time is the same, correct? It's going to be at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. Is that correct?
Yep, and there's gonna be the same staggered start system for each group.
So, please
I just have to say that the staggered start stuff, oh my goodness, this has been just so on point. This has been really easy to find the matches, be in there, have them on the time. This COTS has been buttery smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait until playoffs when there's 16 games going all at the same time, alright? Then we can see.
It's yeah, I mean, chaos will occur. It's gonna happen, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of King of the Sea, because you just really don't know what to expect. do you?
I
All
wouldn't
right.
be king of the sea if the seas were calm.
It's true.
That is very true. So, are we about ready to hang this up? And